So my week got hijacked because my son ended up being sick with strep throat. We literally went to our small group Christmas party on Sunday night, and Monday morning he woke up going, my throat hurts, and he had these huge tonsils that looked really gross. So we have been fighting strep this week, and strep I approach differently than other things because with strep throat, I'm all about the antibiotics. I want my kid not contagious so it doesn't spread everywhere since strep is so contagious. So I'm going to show you a few things that I do when I have sick kids in the house, because large family sicknesses can take months to get over if you don't get on top of things. So, and sometimes despite the best efforts that we put in as moms, everybody gets it. So we experienced that with the stomach flu one time, and that was back when we just had 3 kids. I have learned if stomach flu is going through your family, don't give them blueberries. Not a good thing. So I thought we were free and clear, and I let my son have blueberries, and no, stomach flu, I actually researched, and turns out that stomach flu can still be passed along after symptoms. You're still contagious, I think, up to 4 days after your symptoms relieve. So I was like, oh, everybody can come and be around everybody else, and no. Bad decision. But basically this week I had Wade on the couch pretty much Monday through Wednesday. Thursday he was feeling better. Actually Wednesday he was starting to feel better, and I thought he was going to wake up on Thursday feeling 100%, and Thursday morning he was still, I think he pushed it a little too hard. I let him play a little bit, and I think he went a little too hard and he got a little tired. So I just put him back on the couch, but it has been a long week of allowing my kids to watch shows, and we listen to music, we listen to audio CDs as well. Audio CDs, of course they're audio CDs. Audio adventures like Jonathan Park. I think I shared on YouTube? I've shared on my blog about Jonathan Park. Jonathan Park is this amazing audio series that we just love as a family. And so anyway, that is something I'll link below, as well as on the blog post. All of my videos are going to be turned into blog posts pretty much. So you can always find information over on my blog. But this is been our week, is sick kids. So all the other projects, I know I have promised a packing video, and I have not put that together yet because I have all these really cute video footages from 2 different vacations that I'm trying to put into this really cute packing thing, and I might just have to throw together something and share my packing list with you guys. But for today, I'm going to share with you guys a few little things that we do, a few mom hacks for when you have multiple kids. Even if you have 1 kid, this is good advice. So hopefully you'll enjoy these mom hacks for when you have sick kids. And I don't know if you want to call them homeschool hacks, mom hacks, life hacks, whatever kind of hacks. It's advice. It's tips from a mom who has 5 kids, and my oldest is 14. Can you believe that? That hit me the other day. I'm like 14 and a half because he was telling me that he's excited to start driving. So yeah, it's been crazy. But anyway, hope you enjoyed these little tips. And one little thing that I get asked all the time, and that is, how do you homeschool when you have sick kids? So I'll just address that at the end of the video. Okay, so one of the things I have been feeding the kids is this orange juice. I call it my orange Julius smoothie. It's actually a really healthy smoothie that's full of vitamin C and good stuff for them. So I've been making this every day, and so far people are getting healthy. But we do lots of different things as kids are sick. You can probably hear in the background, my kids are actually listening to a movie because, you know what, they get to watch movies from time to time when they're sick. Okay, so I start with about a cup of non-fat or low-fat Greek yogurt, just plain Greek yogurt. Throw in some orange juice concentrate, about 1/3 to 1/2 of the container of your orange juice concentrate. And then I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla extract as well as some stevia. I have some frozen mangoes and some frozen pineapples, and sometimes I'll even throw in our favorite vitamin C. I usually give this to the kids in the morning with some juice, so I'm just dosing it with a ton of vitamin C. Then I'm going to fill the whole thing up with some milk, so I'll show you what that looks like in just a bit. Okay, so I have all my ingredients. It's supposed to taste like orange juice, but I'm adding the pineapple and the mango just to give it a little bit more, you know, vitamin C, some more nutrients, and just overall just healthy, real vitamins. When I say fill it up, I really mean it. Again, I'm making this for everybody in the house, so I'm just gonna fill this up. Sometimes I add extra ice into this, but that's a great sentence. I've put about, I think, a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. I just shake this in there and just put some of this in here just to make sure it's sweet. I don't have a banana. I typically add about half a banana to a whole banana. Something this size, I would add a whole banana. My goal is to make it taste like an orange Julius. So I want it to taste like orange. So I don't want to put too much banana in, otherwise it's just a banana orange. So I'm using the banana to just naturally sweeten it. But this is definitely one of my secrets, so let's blend it up. Okay, so I kind of overdid it with the ice and the milk, but that's okay. I added extra ice because I didn't have as many mangoes as I normally have. So you just gotta throw whatever you've got in there. And don't judge me on my dirty glasses. I'm actually getting new glasses for Christmas, but yeah, our glasses are in need of some love. But I'm gonna pour this out for all the kids and we'll get started. Here's a tip if your kids are taking antibiotics. I know that I tend to lose track, so I actually just take a Sharpie and mark out, in this case, 10 days worth of doses, and then I just keep track as we go through the day. And I know sometimes I catch myself up because sometimes I forget to check them, but if it's suddenly Sunday and I know I've given it to them 3 times a day, then I just go ahead and catch us up. How's that smoothie?
Good.
Okay, next time 1 straw. Got it? Mm-hmm. Okay, because what did you make your little sister do? Did she get some straws too?
Another straw.
Yeah, crazy.
Can't just put another straw.
Galen. 1 straw.
She already put in another one.
I see that. We're going to take my bag of straws away from you. Do you like the smoothie? Oh, good. Here's kind of my arsenal. I tend to keep things up here. Another little mommy hack is I keep my Sharpie close, and often if I'm giving doses of different medications, I'll just write down on here. So all of my kids' names start with a different letter. So that's how I write things. So if I'm marking a cup, if I'm writing down medication, then I simply just put their letter followed by the time that it was given. And sometimes I'll put in parentheses what time the next dose is, because I start forgetting, because some things you take it every 4 hours, sometimes you take it every 6 hours. So I just keep everything right here in one spot, and it makes it so much easier for me to keep track of what is going on. In this case, we've got all of my crazy essential oils. I've got my sanitation things. So I go around the house. My son Wade had what we think is strep. He tested negative for strep, but his throat looked absolutely horrible and it looked like strep. So he was treated with antibiotics, but he was on the couch all day and I didn't want, how do you wipe down a couch? So I do wipe it down with my Lysol wipes, and I also spray it down with my Lysol spray to kind of just get rid of most of the germs. At least that's what I tell myself, is that most of the germs are gone. But yeah, I just cleaned his little area. We washed all his sheets, washed all the blankets. Anything he touched gets washed. And we actually gave him a new toothbrush around day 3 after he was on antibiotics at the suggestion of our doctor. And I went a step further and I actually gave him a new toothpaste because I figured the toothpaste touches the toothbrush, so he would have contaminated that as well. And a new flosser, of course. The smoothie did have dairy in it, but that's because we don't really have like congestion as much. Okay, so we have a little bit of congestion. But I find my kids aren't as sensitive unless they actually have like that cough. So when they have a cough, I tend not to do as much dairy. But I am adding these oils just for tasty water, keep everybody hydrated. And then these are kind of my go-to oils, which I'll have all these linked in the blog post if you want to see it. I actually take On Guard and frankincense just under my tongue, and that's what I do. And then my older boys will sometimes take this because nobody tends to like what I putting that straight in their mouth. So I'm either rubbing it on their feet or on their necks, and then I just use that. That's kind of how I've been learning to use essential oils. So we are obviously using chemicals in the house, but I try to decrease as many chemicals as possible. So I haven't made this up yet, but I do have, an essential oil based cleaner. I also have like Mrs. Meyer cleaners and things like that. But when we have major germs that are highly contagious like strep throat, I go for the big guns. And no, I'm not doing a Lysol commercial, but I should. Lysol, contact me. I forgot to mention that with the little kids, sometimes I just use the easy rollers. on their feet, and so that's what we use. When the kids do have congestion and just need a little bit of help just to soothe their breathing, then I will use a little bit of Breathe, and I'll put the Melaleuca on their chest. I really forgot to mention that these are a few of our other little things that we do. I try to use local honey. I love throat coat. If we ever have people who have sore throats, it's awesome. I actually use this when I'm singing as well. This is what I take with me to church in the morning. Probiotics. Everybody starts getting probiotics the minute somebody is sick, or like we hear that people around us are sick. So my husband and I and the teenagers use this one. The littler kids use this one. And then we all have vitamin. Well, these aren't my vitamins. These are the kids' vitamins that we use. So we try to just start nourishing our bodies as soon as we know that someone is sick. So there you have it. That is what we do when we have sick kids in the house. I am sanitizing like crazy, doing all the doorknobs, anything that, or light switches, toilet flushers. I know there's a better name for that. Handle. Handle on the toilet. I'm like, the flushy doodad. That's my technical term. But yes, so that is what we do when we have sick kids. I just load them full of nutrients, and I just try to keep everybody separated who is coming down with it so that they're not kind of cross-contaminating each other. But I hope that helps you. But one question that I know I mentioned at the beginning is everybody was asking online, what in the world do you do with homeschooling when you've got sick kids? So because of my crate system and all the systems that I have in fact, if you don't have my homeschool organization e-course, you should check it out. But because of the way that I organize with my crate and everything else on the checklist, my older boys are completely independent. So they were able to just kind of chug along and do their thing while I could focus on the little kids. So Wade, being that he's in second grade, he just skipped Monday through Thursday, and we will slowly but surely double up some of his work so he can get caught up, or we might not finish some work at the end of the year. So probably around our Christmas break, I'll readjust some things just to see where we're at and just move things around in my crate. But that's kind of what we do. I give them grace because you know what? Just because they're, I guess I could have been making sure we were staying on top of read alouds, and he could have been reading to me. And there's things that I probably could have done, but we didn't. And that's okay. And again, grace, grace, grace. So I give myself grace, just like I share with everybody else to give yourselves grace. So I hope that helps. And I hope you guys stay healthy. Don't get sick. Anyway, have a great day. Make sure you are subscribing here on YouTube. I'd love to keep connecting here on YouTube. Make sure you check out the blog post that goes with this with all of the links so you can check out everything below. And if you go to my blog and go to raisingclovers.com/join, then you actually get my book, Sanity Savers for Moms, for free. So, and we have lots of fun things happening. But I have a new podcast coming out. I've got all kinds of stuff happening that I've been letting my newsletter folks know about. So anyway, hope we're connecting. Take care and have a great rest of your week.